What's good, people? It's your boy Twale here to bring you a review for Kingdom Chapter 612 as well as 613. 612, really simple, really straightforward. Kane and Siriu were close to going head up. Siriu was making her way towards Riboku's HQ. Kane was trying to stop her. Then, out of the clear blue fucking sky, Hoken appears. My nigga, I fucks with Hoken, but I hate the way he just pops up. Like, it's no lead up, there's no build up. You don't see the horse, you don't hear the horse, you don't see the smoke trail. He just, boom, pops up in the middle of the fucking battlefield. And it's like, how? Like, how does a nigga just literally walk through an army, get to the middle of the fight, kill a bunch of niggas, and then scream, and then, like, just go on about his way? That's starting to annoy me about Hoken, but fuck it. This has been Hoken since the beginning. So, Kane, like I said, is trying her hardest to stop Siriu. Siriu is trying her hardest to get to Riboku, but then she notices Hoken and wants to make her way towards Hoken. Now, Hoken screams, and literally, like, every time Hoken rages out, everybody's horses is scared as fuck. So they take them a second to get their horses back under control. Cool. Hoken makes his way to Riboku. Fine. I was hoping he was going straight for Shin, but fuck it. Let's just talk to Riboku now. We get something interesting though. We get the reason or the cause behind why Hoken continues to follow Riboku or continues to listen and take advice or take any type of words from Riboku instead of just killing this dude. He actually conversates with this nigga. So now we found out that 20 years ago, Shin and Shin is 24, so roughly around the time when Shin was 4 years old, Hoken met Riboku. Hoken and Riboku met, and I'm guessing this was after the Oki fight, because otherwise Hoken wouldn't want to know about the battlefield and want his answer, I guess, as to how these people are so strong on the battlefield, even though they're not Bushins. I think that's his question, because that's what he said. That's what he said about Shin and That's what he said about Oki to Shin, that he wanted to figure out why Oki, who wasn't a path seeker, was as strong as Hoken. So I'm guessing Riboku told him, like, yo, follow me and, you know what I'm saying, work with me and I'll show you how these people get to that level, or I'll tell you the answer. So Riboku and Hoken have had this mutual relationship where Hoken basically handles every fight, every battle, every major opponent, and Riboku will eventually give Hoken the answer he's looking for. It seems kind of one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Hoken just comes through, slays Oki, slays Duke, slays Gakushin, and then Riboku just, yeah, next time. Yeah, next time. Yeah, next time. I got you next time. It's like, it's been going on for 20 years, so how much longer can Riboku hold out with the answer? So Riboku just comes out and states he doesn't have the answer. And I don't get it. Like, it's interesting, but I don't get it. Because if you strung Hoken along this long for 20 fucking years for an answer that you said you had or you said you could lead him to, why isn't Hoken just killing this nigga now? If Shin, quote unquote, is the man with the answer, why isn't Hoken just be like, all right, fuck you, Riboku, and kill him and go follow Shin, or at least go fight Shin? You know, I don't see why, like, how this relationship between Hoken and Riboku is staying where it is, given how little Riboku seems to actually be doing for Hoken. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Him and Hoken continue, they talk, and they both come to the realization and accept the fact that it's no longer Riboku's task or Riboku's duty to give Hoken the answer, but it's Shin. And then we switch over to Shin. And Shin and them are going against Kinmo. Now, I said before, Kinmo was trash, but he's able to stall the high Shin unit for two major reasons. One, I forgot, but his men also served under Kesha, so they have the same boost in morale that Gakuei's people had when they was holding off both the high Shin unit and the Goku Ho unit. Granted, that was before the High Shin unit and the Gokuho awakened to their new level, but that was also when they had food and they had supplies and they were fresher. So I guess it's about the equivalent, you know. Kinmo hasn't fought at all. This is the only time that his army has been put in a battle. You know what I'm saying? In all of the 15 days, he's been at the center army with Riboku, so he hasn't done much. And this is the first thing he's done like I said, in the 15 days. And it was stated, well, he himself stated that his men's morale is A1 right now because they're fighting the High Shin unit that not only killed Gakue, but they also killed Kesha. You know what I'm saying? Then he also said that Riboku lent him some of his personal troops. So that whole instinctual, strategic formations that they were capable of using, like Earl Ko and Earl Rai, I'm pretty sure the direct soldiers under Riboku have those same tactics and instinctual mannerisms drilled into them as well. So part of Riboku's personal army is here with Kinmo, and that's why they were proven to be such a force, such a difficult force, and why Kario 10 said she quote unquote underestimated him, because honestly, I didn't think he was gonna put up any fight, but they're putting up a better fight than I gave them credit for, again, because they have the morale and they have the top-notch elite troops from Riboku's personal platoon. Whatever. My boy Akakin looks over to Danza and he's like, yo, with the way things are going right now, the High Shin unit is going to need some help. They can't break through this army by themselves in the condition that they're in. So Danza, the stand-in commander for Akko, tells Akakin take half of the army that they were using to block Bananji. Because remember, Riboku and his army are here. Shin and them are coming from the right flank, or their left flank, to hit them. Riboku ordered Bananji to stay further to the back, to stay behind the main army, but to the left of them. This way, once the right wing and the High Shin unit commit to attacking Riboku, Bananji and his army and the remnants of the Gakue, Chogaryu, Gyoun army, whatever's left of that left wing, of the Zao left wing, is all under Bananji now, and he's going to use them to pincer the right wing whenever they go to attack Riboku. This way, Riboku is being sandwiched by Osen and the High Shin unit, but the High Shin unit will be sandwiched by Riboku and Bananji. So, Danza tells Akakin to take half of his army, half of the remaining Akko army, to go back up the High Shin unit. Because if they don't, then they won't be able to break through. And if they're not able to break through and pincer Riboku, then basically this is all for naught. So, Shin in the middle of stalemating with Kinmo, see and hear the reinforcements from Akakin, and that's how chapter 612 ends off, with Akakin coming with his reinforcements. Now, 613 opens up with Akakin and the Akko army doing damage. Akakin just cutting people up. You see the rest of the Akko army doing what they do as the first. You know what I'm saying? When they hit and keep going. They don't hit, stop to get the wounded out, stop to retreat. No, they hit and keep going. If you fall, if you fail, if you slow down, you're getting ran over. And they showed, and they do that again. To the point where Akakin is like, yo, he was talking to another I think it was 1,000 man. No, he's talking to a 2,000 man commander, because one of his men was like, yo, you just 1,000 man commander, don't give my dude orders. But his dude was like, yo, shut up, listen to him. And then he also says something like, he's happy that Akakin, like, whenever shit gets to, like, the climax and shit gets to the nitty-gritty, he's always happy to have Akakin around. And Akakin's like, yeah, I know, because I'm that nigga, right? But then he also says, like, it's not even me this time, it's the High Shin unit. And because of the High Shin unit coming, well, because Osen sent them on the third day, and the High Shin unit has been taking names, kicking ass, and doing what they got to do, it's Shin, you know what I'm saying? Shin in the High Shin unit leading the troops and leading the right wing right now is what's going to make this play so devastating on the board. But he's also like, if we can't like get them to speed up, it'll be detrimental to us. You know what I'm saying? If they can't pick up the pace a little bit. So the 2,000 man commander that was with Akakin agrees, sends 100 men to go help out the highest Shin unit. And at first, when I was reading this, I was like, 100 men? Like, that's not even enough. Like, that's not, like, what is 100 men going to do? But with the 100 men, I guess, like, shoring up the sides and giving the high Shin unit that push, like, damn, these Akakin dudes these Akko dudes is over here. Akko's been out for 9 days and they still busting ass like this. And Shin and the rest of the high Shin unit got in gear. Their morale got boosted and they blew through Kinmo shit. Like, you know, it's hard to tell how much time is actually passing in between these chapters, but I want to say it took them niggas like 20 minutes, if that, to break through the Kinmo army. Because now they at the Kinmo army, they took one stop, looked around, saw Riboku, and went straight for the go. Like, yo, Shin, Kyokai. No, we didn't even see Kyokai. We haven't seen Kyokai since they set out to battle this day. But Shin, Kario 10, we saw Haro, we saw Sosui, we saw Kanto, and the rest of the newbies. They was up there with Sugen and the rest of them, telling them not to let the cavalry, don't let the cavalry show them up. You know what I'm saying? The high Shin infantry, at least as far as the new guys, have been shown to be as like mobile and as agile as the high Shin unit cavalry. Because in a lot of panels, ever since Shosa's death, in a lot of panels, you see them. You know what I'm saying? You see Shin and the cavalry charging, and then you see like the fodder getting blown back. But then you also see people like Kanto and what was his kid's name? Hakurai, whatever, like Kanto's friend. You see them with their spears getting it in. You see Sugen telling them like, yo, again, don't let the cavalry show you up. You see what's his name? The guy with the burn mark on his face, kind of like Zuko. I always forget his name. Koga, you see him analyzing the formations that the Zao are using. You know what I'm saying? Noticing that they're weird, that they're using weird formations and that they're using weird strategies. So you see the high Shin unit doing good shit. But again, no Kyokai. Uhon for the most part should be getting patched up. I can see Uhon stalling Banaji's army, like him just being there with the Gokuho and Danza and the rest of the Akko army. I can see them stalling Banaji until Riboku retreats. Because I don't think, the way I see it is, Shin and them is gonna pincer, make headway. We already saw in this chapter both Denrimi and So-O full front just sent all of their people. You see Earl Ko and Earl Rai defending, you know what I'm saying, against them. Then we also shoot over to Kane, who was in a pretty bad situation. She looked like she was about to get jumped by like 2 or 3 dudes, and then she gets saved by Fute. Fute comes in, saves his girl, has like an ominous little message, like, I just wanted to see your face one more time. I'm going somewhere really dangerous, this, that, and the third. So, according to Fute, Riboku is sending this nigga to a pretty dangerous spot. Now, the only 2 places that Fute could actually go and it would be worth a damn is either A, he's going after Akko. I mean, he's going after Osen. Straight up. Like, Riboku has that much faith in Fute to send him after Osen. Or, which is truly more likely, Riboku has that much faith to send Fute after Shin. Fute and Shin are gonna fight. Shin is gonna body Fute, or Shin is gonna beat Fute. I don't know if Shin's actually gonna kill Fute. Shin is probably gonna beat Fute, and then Hoken will appear to fight Shin. Because he's still there. Like, from last chapter, he never left Riboku's HQ. Like, I thought he was gonna have the chat with Riboku, try to get his answer. Riboku was gonna be like, I don't have the answer, but that nigga does. That nigga Shin got the answer. And then Osen was gonna leave. Osen. Why do I keep calling him Osen? Hoken was gonna leave and then go fight Shin. I thought he was gonna fight Shin in the Kinmo area, but no. Kinmo retreats because his men urge him to retreat. He retreats. They wipe out the rest of his fucking army. His army and the people that he got from Riboku, done. Akakin and his reinforcements plus the Haishin unit, wiped out. Like I said, less than 20 minutes. You don't know how much time passes, you know what I'm saying, between like actual chapters, but it like 20 minutes. They hit him, they got stalled, then they blew right through him. That was it. He retreated though because his men urged him to fall back and not die like Gyo-un, Gakurai, Chogaryu. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a man who must live on to help Zhao in the future. Whatever. Because he told them bring him his glaive, and honestly, he seemed like the strategy type. Like he seemed like a Denrimi type. So I didn't think he was ever gonna call for the glaive, but he did. And his men denied him. They said, don't die a worthless death. Don't die in vain. So his men knew, like, yo, if he was to go out there and fight Shin, even in Shin's weakened condition, he's getting bodied. So he retreated back to Riboku. Hoken, Riboku, Earl Rai, Earl Ko, Fute, Kane, Kinmo. Versus Osen, Denrimi, So-O, Siryu, Shin, Ten, Kyokai, Akko. Akko needs to come back. Where the fuck is my nigga? Akakin. Akakin is with Shin and them. So, again, Shin and them are going to pincer the Riboku army. Banaji will come into play. Banaji will get stalled by Danza and or Uhon, like together. Yeah, Danza and Uhon together will stall Banaji. The Riboku army versus the Osen army, like Denrimi and So-O and Siryu versus Earl Rai, Earl Ko, and I guess Kane will be a stalemate. Hoken versus Shin will be the deciding factor in this war. Because once Hoken gets beaten, injured, killed, with whatever happens, once Hoken, the three great heaven, the man, like Zhao's idea of martial might right now, you know what I'm saying? It used to be Renpa and Gyo-un or whatever, but like this, like right now, Hoken is the pinnacle of Zhao's martial might. And if he gets beaten, killed, injured, or any of those, they're going to lose all hope and morale. Like, even with Riboku's grade A strategies, which is getting countered by Osen, no matter what we've seen, Osen has a counter for this shit. Or he will soon devise a counter for this shit. You know what I'm saying? If Hoken gets beat, then that tips the morale in the Quin's favor undoubtedly. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how good your strategies are, if you don't have the pieces in play that can actually execute the strategies, then it's worthless. But that's just my thoughts on the chapter. Again, Shin is going to take care of Hoken. The Earls is going to fight Denrimi and So-O. Kane maybe might get a fight with Siryu. Uhon and Danza are going to take care of Banaji. And that leaves Kyokai, who I hope gets a moment to shine. Like, I hope she gets a name or actually like a really big play. Because as far as like this battlefield is concerned, she did the thing with stopping Gyo-un's fire. That was great. She had a couple moments against the Gakurai remnants when she had her chain Goriki. That was cool. But Kyokai needs something that solidifies her as like a prominent figure on the battlefield, like not just the Haishin unit lieutenant. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how people view To as like, oh, that's the man that served under Oki. Like he was Oki's lieutenant, but they still gave To respect in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Like he has like he's the only general with no clear weaknesses and shit like that. So I want to see Kyokai herself step up to that next level. If I had to rate these two chapters together, I would give it a great because of how everything flowed and how everything that was set up. 613, in my opinion, was a little bit more hype than 612 because in 612 we just got that Riboku Hoken talk. It wasn't really much action. I know my boy Lavia Satellite wanted to see Kane versus Siryu, but given the way that's leading up, I don't even think Kane has a chance, because both of them haven't had any type of real fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've both been chilling for 15 days. But Kane seems to be huffing and puffing and sweating, just trying to get to Siriu, as opposed to Siriu just bum rushing and getting through everybody. So, so I'm not exactly sure how that'll play out. But like, comment, and subscribe, people, and have a good one. Peace.